So on my speaker objects here, and this would be the same for like a sponsor object, for example, right? We've got Arrow's onboarding plans activated, right? So we can actually keep track of the entire process of getting Kim onboarded. So what I'm going to do, and Kim, tell me if I'm doing any of this wrong, is I'm going to go create an onboarding plan, and I'm going to put Kim's name in as the customer. And then I'm going to select a specific template that I've built to help onboard our speakers into our event here, this Paleta Fest 2025, because I might have one plan for this event, another plan for my webinars, another plan for some other event that I'm doing. It may not be the same exact experience, the same exact process, right? So I can set up different templates for different situations, right? So let's go ahead and choose Paleta Fest 2025 speaker onboarding, and I'm going to go ahead and create the plan, and we get this nice, beautiful UI extension that pops up here that is giving us the beginning of our onboarding plan. Kim, I'm going to pass it over to you to talk to the folks about what's actually happening here.
Cool. Thanks for setting this up. Yeah. So, and I was actually going to say, I kind of forgot about this, but I'm actually speaking at Inbound. And so I'm kind of going through I'm going through a speaker onboarding process right now. And I was just thinking of how much there is to do. So obviously they need our information very early in terms of like title, what you want for your bio, all of those kind of things that get added. But there's also things like submitting your final slides, booking your hotel rooms, joining a Slack channel. I think there's like a WhatsApp group going now. So there's so many different things that are involved beyond just like getting the speaker information onto the website. So that's what we'll show you today and highlight. But there's so many things that need to happen. And so I think having one place where you can go and reference and see this is everything that is needed. So
Kim, I have to ask, is Inbound using Arrows to onboard you as a speaker?
Inbound is not using Arrows to onboard me as a speaker.
How?
I will tell you. I wish they were.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Next year. We'll go.
Maybe next year, now that they've seen this. Okay, cool. So basically Arrows, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but it's basically a customer or speaker facing plan that shows a bunch of different tasks that need to be done. And I'll show you in a second how it connects to HubSpot, but it connects very deeply. As Max just showed, you can connect this to a custom object or a deal or a ticket or a service record inside HubSpot. And so let's say I'm the speaker, or I guess I was invited as a speaker here. And so I can come in and we can take a look at a couple of the tasks here. So this is an example of signing a speaker agreement. For example, this is a PandaDoc agreement that's embedded right into the task. So I can come in, I can actually interact with this, and I can mark the task as done right from the Arrows task. And then next is uploading some of the information that is needed for the website. So I can come in and drag my headshot into here. We'll show you what this looks like in HubSpot in a second, but this is uploaded. I'll mark this as done. My next task is filling out my bio. So it's already got my name in there because Max has already added me. So these properties are connected to HubSpot. So since Max already added me, it already knows my name. I can always edit this. So it's read and write from HubSpot back into HubSpot. So if I wanted to say, let's say I wanted to say Kimberly, actually, I can add my job title, company name, and then I will throw a little speaker bio in here, and then I'll submit that. It'll automatically complete my task. And then this was really quick, Max, but I'll toss it back to you really quick so you can see how fast that gets updated inside HubSpot and then what that does on Event Happily too.
What's so funny is literally as you were doing that, I was watching this like in real time, like update just kind of like magically, which is crazy. So like over here, I can see the onboarding plan. I can see the full progress of it over here. Right. And then it gives me this awesome sort of like overview of how much of it's like actually done, who the coordinator is. And then like here are all the little bits of information that were given in that onboarding plan. I'm just seeing it directly inside my speaker record. And then if you look over in here to the left, all of those things that were connected to properties are automatically in there. Like I didn't have to do anything, which is like really cool. Kim, just so I know, because like the speaker onboarding is like a two-way street, right? Like there's stuff that we're sending to a speaker and like they're filling it out, right? And like giving us information and saying like, yeah, I've done this, yeah, I've done that, right? But like there's also a concept of like tasks that your team has to complete too as well. Can you like touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. So you can set up internal tasks inside Arrow so that you can also manage it. So you would see the same kind of thing where on that the app card inside HubSpot, you'd be able to see
Mm-hmm.
that your task is up next. Or you can also say we have completion actions inside Arrows where you can say once this task is complete, set a HubSpot task or create a task inside HubSpot for your team to do work. So it just depends on where your team wants to manage their tasks. They can do it inside Arrows or they can do it inside HubSpot.
That's awesome. So like I could have just like a silly example here. I could have it's like let's say my team is responsible for like booking the hotels for the speakers, right? It could be that like they give us like some like, oh, tell us when your flight's coming in. Like they give us like their flight information and I'd
Exactly.
go look that up and be like, all right, cool, you're near this airport or whatever. And like I go like I have a task where I'm responsible for going and like booking your hotel room and like sending you the info or something like that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
that is super cool.
It's definitely designed to be collaborative. So like the sponsor or speaker facing version that we were just looking at is designed to be super easy for them to access, see what needs to be done. There are due dates and reminder emails saying, hey, you're behind on this or this needs to be done now. But it's
Mhm.
designed to be collaborative. So you can see here, you're opening that inside HubSpot. So you can actually come in, you can see what they've done, you can add a comment, nudge them, anything like that, right from HubSpot too.
I love that. And like can a lot of these um like if I'm completing these tasks, can that also like fire off like workflows and stuff like that in HubSpot, either by a property changing or like is there a more direct connection to the workflows tool? Like how does that work?
So a couple things. We sync over 60 data points into HubSpot about what's happening in the plan. So if there are overdue
Oh
tasks,
damn.
if there's a current task information, yeah, there's lots of data that you can use to trigger workflows, set up reports, notify, set up Slack notifications, anything like that. We also have workflow actions. So this kind of gets into like, let's say you have a ton of speakers, like Inbound has like 240 speakers or something like that this year.
Yep.
You can set up a workflow automation to automatically send these out to all of the speakers that are involved. So that,
Oh.
yeah. So what you just did was create it manually from the record, which is super easy and fine, but it can happen automatically. You can also segment it out. So if you have different speakers on different stages that need different things, you can use a workflow action, branch it, and then send the right template out to the right people.